Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about The Flash, Season 3, Episode 22. It's called Infantino Street. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. Now I'm expecting a swerve. Before we even get into anything else, I think there's a plan. I think there's a plan in place, because I feel like, so HR was an idiot in this episode, but I don't think he was, well, I don't know, see, I went back and forth, right? So Prometheus, right? Evil Barry, Savitar. Oh, I'm thinking Arrow. It just shows you how interchangeable their stupid names are, though. Right,
I
Savitar.
was like, what night is it? Why
Savitar
am I not drunk?
speeds into Star Labs and he's like, "Where's Iris?" And HR goes, "Oh, she's safe on Earth too with the other Harry." And I'm like, wait a minute, even regular Barry's not meant to get that information. He clearly said, I'm not supposed to know, because if I know, then Savitar will know. It makes that a clear point. So I was thinking, oh, I think they've got something up their sleeve. We're not going to find out until the next episode, but I think there's more to this.
But then
But,
Cisco goes and talks to him and is like, hey, you made a mistake.
yeah, and they do this whole dance. Unless Cisco's not in the plan?
Maybe. Seems unlikely though, doesn't it?
I do feel, though, that HR's about to die.
Yeah.
Because
One too many nice moments.
yeah, he had that moment. He had that guilty moment, and him and Cisco had the nice moment where Cisco kind of said, "No, you may not be what Wells was, but you're useful to us. You show up." It was basically the the Xander speech from Buffy. Yeah, you're not a slayer or a witch or a werewolf or a watcher or a vampire with a soul, but you show up.
Pretty
You're
much.
useful. It was basically that Buffy reference, nailed it. So they have that moment. And at the end of the scene, he looks down at that bit of Savitar's armor they've got on the table, and I'm like, oh, that's ominous. I think he's going to sacrifice himself to kill Savitar in the next episode, and it's a shame. But I also know, we can get other Wells back,
Or a new one if it comes to that.
or a new one, sure. It was nice seeing other Wells though. Earth 2 Harry.
Yeah.
Nice to see him. And I actually really like that plan. When it's like, alright, take her somewhere, don't tell me where it is. And then it cuts to Earth 2. I was like, oh, this is smart. Yeah, just hiding Earth 2. This is perfect.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I also did like HR's plan of, hey, why not just put her on a plane and take her across the country? Yeah, it was a decent plan.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, Earth 2 is better, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, this was kind of just an extension of that.
yeah. As long as Barry doesn't know, we're okay. It's given the
Yeah.
rules that you have established. But that was fun. My only complaint about the Earth 2 stuff is they used the same establishing shot twice, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah, I noticed that.
This thing, the monorail goes past and then camera comes down
Yeah.
to the building. And I think the second time just cut to just a single shot of the building. Like you don't need doing the exact
Yeah.
same transition from the train down to it just felt really weird.
Yeah, the first one was like, okay, this is Earth 2, because
Yeah,
monorail, we get it.
Monorail.
The second one, we've established they're on Earth 2. You cut to these characters, we know where they are.
yeah. It was just a little bit weird. So no, I thought the episode was pretty good. I thought one or two moments of stupidity aside, I thought it mostly did some some heart wrenching stuff. I mean, HR had his moments. He had that thing where he was like, he proposed, but it was like, instead of "will you marry me," it was "will you join Team Flash."
Yeah.
That was pretty funny, and I like Tracy. I can see Tracy sticking around next season.
Yeah, I also like just how many of the Star Labs mugs they have in the background of that scene.
Well,
There's just a tray of them.
I mean, she's literally set up like a mini coffee shop. Like,
Yeah.
it's got the full thing, so it's like a little rack,
But,
and then
but why do they have so many mugs?
well, they've got a gift shop because remember he wanted to open it to the public and be a museum, and it's failed miserably. So now he's left with 200 mugs that he's got nothing to do with, but use.
That's a fair point. I mean, you can go a long time without having to do washing up with that many mugs.
I'll be honest, I'd get so used to not having to wash the mugs that I would probably just buy more mugs at the end of the end of the 200.
Just go, Barry, speed.
I'm not washing 200 mugs because that's what's going to happen. I'm going to be left with 200 dirty mugs when I get to the end of it.
Just, do you know what? Solve the hassle. Just smash them as you go. Then you don't have to feel guilty about not washing them. 'Cause it's like, well, it's broken.
I have a simple philosophy in life. If I still have a fork left, I'm not washing any forks that are waiting to be washed.
I agree.
Until they're needed, it's not happening. So having 200 is just going to leave me with 200 dirty versions. So nah, it's just fine. So here's having some. Obviously, the Irish stuff was, I thought, especially good. I thought the little trick to get him to go get caviar, which was really random, but the little pout to make him do it was amusing. But then she goes to record the message. I'm like, oh my god, we're going to hear this after she potentially dies.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. Like, okay, come on, Barry, it's going to take him, what, 12 seconds to go get caviar? This, come on.
I did notice the time, though. It was after midnight. I feel like trying to find a place that's selling caviar past midnight is probably...
He said that, but he could just run to some other country.
Well, yeah, but I think even for him that maybe takes a few minutes.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we hear the message at the end of the episode. It lasts about 30 seconds. It's not...
It's true.
It's not
She's still
extravagant.
pushing it,
But I thought that worked really well. I thought him running, because they have this plan with this big cannon. We'll get to the whole plot again, to getting it powered and all that stuff in a minute. But like, so they have this cannon and it doesn't work. The Philosopher's Stone shielding him. He's like, nah, I was prepared for this, Barry, you fool. And then it plays out exactly pretty much as we expected it to. In fact, I was actually yelling at Iris when she gave the ring to Joe. I was like, no, you didn't have the ring on in the future. Keep the ring on.
I know.
That might change things. You've just solidified part of it. God
Yeah,
damn
they
it.
just kind of all that talk of change for so long. They just kind of accepted it in this episode. They were like, okay, we're going to go out there and
Which
do it
I
here
actually kind of liked. I know, like, I liked the whole countdown, because all of the opening montage was all the clocks, like, in every location where the characters were. I kind of like that feeling like, oh, Doomsday's about to hit. And, like, it felt like it was a proper, like, night before the storm, kind of big things about to happen. It was giving me those vibes.
Yeah.
It was working in that sense. And him run, because we've seen him run to try and save her in this exact scene like multiple times at this point. So putting it in slow motion and hearing her recording, which was her wedding vows, it was basically just the basic vows that everyone says, but the idea that she wanted him to hear them from her, because he would never get to.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though, isn't it? Till death do us part. Oh wait.
Well, you're belittling it's a gesture, Connor. It's to make him feel better.
I'm aware of that. I'm just saying that's gotta remind him even more that it's too late.
He's going to be crying like a baby throughout the whole thing anyway. You think at the end he's going to be like, oh no, I've just forgotten she died.
Depends when he finds it.
If anything, he'll be crying, and then it's just say death to his partner. Like, oh, I'm a free man again. Oh, there's Patty.
Yeah, that's basically her giving him permission, going, go find Patty.
She's not dead.
I know.
I'm calling it. I feel like doing it at the end of this episode before the finale, I feel like somehow, some way, she is not dead. She will be saved.
I agree, and I don't know. I'm kind of torn. It's like, obviously I want her to be alive because I like Iris, but then at the same time, I kind of want one of these shows at some point stick to its convictions, kill someone when they threaten to kill someone like this.
I agree. I want them to do that. However, I'm going to argue against this being the one to do it with.
Okay.
Because they've made the entire plot about trying to save her. And I feel like that in this case it is justified that the whole thing's about trying to solve it.
I agree. Let Mon-El be the one to die.
Oh, I agree, yeah. Supergirl next week. Get a chance. But like I feel like for this to not end in the most depressing way possible,
they have to win. Yeah.
They have to somehow win and have Iris be okay. There can be time remnants of non-speedsters, can there? Can like Barry make a time remnant of Iris?
I don't think so.
Just a thought.
No, I mean, I don't think so. But I don't think they've outright said he can't.
I think the implication is that you can, but
yeah, the implication is he runs so fast that he splits himself. But
did they swap her out with R2 Iris and just say, like, screw you, R2 Barry. we're killing R2 Iris so my Iris can live. But then R2 Barry would become Savitar because he's going to be pretty pissed if that happens. So, he's not having speed though.
Yeah, I was going to say R2 Barry doesn't have powers.
Yeah, he'll just be miserable. He'll just come over with a gun and he'll just hurt some innocent people. He'll just be a wreck.
Harry will just throw him in his version of the Star Labs prison.
Yeah, I am convinced that she's not dead though, and maybe they'll surprise me. And this is the thing: it's not that I think I'm outsmarting the show or anything like that. It's not like, oh, I have this thing. I am positive that because it's happened at the end of this episode, that she's not staying dead.
I agree. And that said, if she does stay dead, I will respect that. Like
Hmm.
that's just a bold choice to go for that, and because we're so certain that she's alive because, like we're saying, there's another episode yet.
But I'm kind of looking forward to like whatever if there is a secret plan. If Iris and someone have concocted a plan to like trick him or whatever, like I'm looking forward to that moment where
Yeah,
the
seeing
pin
what it is.
drops. Yeah, because it should be fun.
I agree.
Uh, yeah, and I liked all the build up to it as well. Felt suitably dark. When he came over to Earth 2 and Wally tries to fight him with the super punch, super speed punches, and it just
Just
feels.
does nothing. Yeah,
And Joe's just
yeah,
basically begging, and like Harry feels useless. Like, they all feel so powerless against him, and it feels tonally quite dark, and it works for what it's building up to.
yeah. I really like he shows his face to them for the first time at that point because obviously Barry's seen him, but none of the others have. So that's really effective.
Yeah. Nah. So yeah, I thought as much as we've maybe drawn out this Avatar thing a bit too long, we can make a lot of complaints about how it's been handled throughout the whole season. I think these final moments have worked quite well.
I agree.
So that's good. So obviously we end with him holding Iris in his hands as the sad music plays, and that's kind of our cliffhanger. But we did skip over how they power this cannon thing, which is a big part of the plot of the episode.
Yeah, it's the first.
Oh, actually, before we go into that, I just want to mention I really like the scene with Iris and Joe when they're like confessing things
Oh yeah. That
that
was a
they've
lot
not
of fun.
confessed. Yeah, that was a fun, kind of sweet, touching, genuine chemistry. It made me, so
Yeah, and again, it proves why Joe's like the best TV dad on right now.
yeah, yeah. Right now,
Yeah. I'm not saying he's up there in all time. I'm not going to go as a
yeah.
bold claim of he is the best all there, but right now,
So yeah, so the main plot is Barry needs this power source out of Argus. Lila's like, no, you're just going to ruin things, Barry. Not happening. And he's like, okay, right. So they have dampeners in their building. I can't use my super speed. Oh, we need someone who can break into a place. So he runs back in time to when Snart was alive with the Wave Rider, and brings Snart
yeah,
along to help.
I'm pretty sure it's the moment just after he killed Mick.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think that's when it was.
Yeah, because they tell you the year and what country they're in, and if I
Yeah,
remembered,
and the location looks like that.
yeah, if I remembered when that happened on Legends, sure, I'd agree with you, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact time or place. It's just like the look of it goes.
Okay,
It looks kind of like that to me.
uh, that's fair. So yeah, so we have this weird heist where he works with Snart, and it almost does this weird thing where Snart, like, because it even ends with them talking about it, and he's like, "Oh, I see the good in you, and you see the good in me, and I see the bad in you," and he even says, "Call me old-fashioned, but I think you should stay a hero." Like, kind of a sweet moment. But obviously, their main thing is breaking into Argus, and they have, King Sharks guarding the power source. So they freeze the room. Well, I'll say freeze. They cool down the room, and we get their best attempt at the Jaws style, like fin in the smoke
Yeah.
kind of thing. Kind of silly, but I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of having fun with it.
I had more fun with it as well because Snart was like, "Hey, it's like Jaws," and then talks about how they didn't show it that much because they couldn't afford it. It's like, yeah, wait to reveal your hand there, Team Flash Writers.
No, but I had fun. It felt like an odd diversion in the episode, which I think the Iris stuff and the countdown to her impending doom was better. But at least it was a fun plot, and Barry and Snart's like banter was pretty
Yeah.
good for the most part.
Also, Cheetah.
Yes. All the cell doors. It was ones we knew about. Said Grodd. Said someone else. Can't remember the other one. Someone else we knew about from the show though.
Yeah.
And I was like, Cheetah. I wonder, are they teasing that in season 4 we might get a Cheetah plot?
Probably not.
I don't think she'll be the full villain if she does show up, but I can see a two-parter or something with some Cheetah.
I mean, I'd love it. I just don't believe that they'll actually do it, or maybe even be allowed to do it, because obviously we spoke, before where the whole Suicide Squad thing when that movie came out and they had to abandon all the.
But times have changed. Supergirl's been allowed to use Superman.
That's true.
The fact that we have a Flash movie coming up and we've got a Flash show, and it's not like they can come in and say, "Oh, by the way, don't use any Flash things in your show."
No, that's true. But obviously, with this being a Wonder Woman villain and a Flash show, they might still go, "Hey, no."
That said, though, it feels very similar to the way they teased Grodd before Grodd came onto the show. And
It is, yeah.
and again, of course, that's a Flash villain as opposed to a Wonder Woman villain. But I don't know. I'm hopeful. I think there's a chance. I think they've put this in here because they've got a plan for like a Cheetah episode next season.
Hey, if we get that, I'll be so happy to be wrong.
I'm not putting money on it. I agree that there's a chance that this is just a little Easter egg. It doesn't mean anything, but
if we get one, that'll be so cool.
I think it'd be a cool villain to have on this show, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of like it's almost like similar to Grodd in a weird way, but like more of an agile kind of creature.
Yeah,
Running around and jumping and diving and things like that, rather than the big.
Yeah, and obviously she's also very smart, so you can have them play with that.
Yeah, yeah. So in terms of where I think we're going next week, I think HR is going to die. I think Iris is somehow alive or will be brought back. Maybe Barry will do some more time travel things, or
what about that technology that we saw Barry use to be Lila to get into Argus?
That's true.
What
yeah,
if that was HR as Iris?
Oh, I think you may be right. Because they reminded us that existed. Because obviously it walks in as Lila. And we've seen this before, because this was HR was using this because he couldn't have his face.
Yeah.
Before.
And I think HR's not told anyone but Iris.
Oh, man. Alright, so what if they already switched, right? And what if Iris as HR intentionally told Savitar about the other Iris on Earth too? But then again, that scene with Joe where they're exchanging memories, it's a bit weird in that case.
That's true.
So when the switch stuff happened then?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I think you're onto something though. I think.
I mean, there's too much there for me to dismiss it entirely. I don't have all the details. But...
Yeah, that face recognition thing's a big deal. I mean, maybe they just swapped afterwards because maybe Joe and Wally went with real Iris and then.
Yeah, maybe there's just a scene that we didn't see.
Yeah.
Where they swapped, and it just didn't show us that, so we can have the reveal next week. So in that case, Joe and Wally would know. Possibly,
but they definitely reminded us of that technology with the face changing because Barry was Lila for a scene in this episode, and that is a good shout. I think you're onto something. I if not HR, I am all but convinced that technology is involved, and he didn't actually just stab Iris.
Yeah,
maybe he stabbed someone who can survive it as well.
I mean, maybe.
I
don't know who.
Yeah, I didn't have a suggestion.
I think HR, like you say, is the most likely one. It will be his way of going, no, I have purpose to this team. And that'll play into his conversation with Cisco nicely. He showed up, literally.
Yeah, I mean, part of me was to think that if it was guilt afterwards and he made the swap, but then how would they have done that with Savitar having Iris that entire during that time?
Thing I'm not entirely sure about.
Which is why I think it has to be before that, which makes the guilt scene really weird. So maybe it can't be possible, but
maybe not.
But I feel like the setup or the reminded us of this technology again. It feels like it has to come into play somehow.
Yeah, if not, shame on them for not trying it anyway.
So, I like the idea that no one else knows. I like the idea that Barry. If this is the case, if it's not Iris, if it's HR or someone else with the technology. I like the idea that no one else knew, so that no one could...
I agree. I mean, Barry obviously can't know, because that would defeat the point. But Joe's reaction seemed genuine.
Mm-hmm.
So, which makes me think he can't know? I don't know. I'm not entirely there on all the timeline and details, but I still think this is it.
It's too good an idea, and it would work too well for it not to be the case. So I'm going to be really annoyed next week if they give me some other reason why she's still alive and it's really stupid, and we've come up with this pretty decent, legitimate idea.
Yeah.
Admittedly, maybe they had to have rewritten this episode a little bit to accommodate if they didn't have this in mind.
If they're using the tech in the episode anyway, you feel like, hey, Team Flash probably should have thought of this at some point.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, obviously the reason why you wouldn't think of it is
someone still has to die.
Yeah, so there has to be a sacrificial lamb in that sense, but
like I said, that's why I think HR, because he kind of has that to him where he feels like he's not contributing anything, and this would be his way to do something good and purposeful.
It's just a question of when did the switch happen.
Yeah, that is the question, isn't it? I'm sure they'll tell us next week.
If this is indeed what's happened, we'll find out next week. So,
Yeah.
let us know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Your thoughts on our weird theories about how Iris has survived this. But yeah, let us know. Get us on Twitter at mailed_fuzz and stuff. Helps us out. If you like and subscribe, you can also help us out by going over to patreon.com/mailedfuzztv. You can see some bonuses over there if you want to support the channel. But once again, no thanks for watching, guys. Have you got any vanilla?